Hey everyone, how are you all going? I'm Onita, and this reading vlog is dedicated to all of the cozy books that I could find. I'm just going to quickly go through these books with you, but I won't talk about what they are until I actually get to reading them. The first book is House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. Then we have Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. This one came as a bit of a surprise when I was doing my research, but yeah, you will see my thoughts on that book. Legends and Lattes by Baldree, and the Spy Family series. And also some other potential reading. I do have some Beth O'Leary and some, what's her name again? Oh, Emily Henry books as well, if I do get a chance to reading those books from those authors. If not, that is completely fine. As long as I get to that core TBR, then I will be very, very happy. And I will take you back to the first day of August, which was when I started this reading vlog. Okay, time for an update with The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. It follows Linus Baker. He works for a company called the Department in Charge of Magical Youth, and he spends his time monitoring orphanages, making sure the kids are properly looked after, making sure the managers or the people in charge of the orphanages and the kids are doing the right thing. And one day, Linus is summoned to extremely upper management, and they have a very special task for him because of his work ethic, because of what he's like in his very thorough notes on the past orphanages he has been involved in. They, like extremely upper management, decided to give him a very special case. He's being sent to this orphanage in like a secluded island where there is said to be a child who is supposedly the Antichrist. And it's just Linus doing his normal duties, and I think a romance blossoms between Linus and Arthur, who is the guardian or like the manager of the orphanage. And I think Linus slowly starts to realize that there's a bit more important things in life than just work, and to follow your dream, like it says right there. It's never too late to follow your dream. I hope you can see that. I am up to page 145 in this book, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I feel like I should have updated you a little bit earlier before, but nothing much has really been happening to like wow or anything like that. The only thing that's been happening is pretty much what I've told you what the plot of the book is about. But it's starting to grow a little bit. It's starting to like branch off a little bit and do its own thing now, which I'm really starting to get into. I'm starting to feel the feels. I'm starting to get the coziness. You can definitely tell that the kids have had a bit of a hard life. Like their sense of humor is very, I guess you could say, dark sense of humor. Like the kids are the kids' sense of humor is kind of like they play upon people's expectations of them. Like, oh, like the Antichrist kid, for example. When people find out that he is the Antichrist, he will play up on it and he'll try to make it funny. And I'm believing that it's going to be, like this book is going to be along the lines of people are not what you think they are, and just to live life. Honestly, live life. Life is more, there's more to life than working a dull, boring job. And I think Arthur is doing oh my gosh, I'm getting a cramp sitting like that. I actually wonder if this book is kind of like a metaphor for kids, and my camera battery is flashing. I wonder if this book is kind of talks about kids that have been stuck in the foster system or something along the lines of that. It is a little bit hard hitting in the aspect where kids have been pretty much like treated like crap and they just can't get out of the system, and it's really sad to see. And I'll do some more reading, not tonight because I'm tired. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Really good so far, and I hope it keeps on being good. Oh, another thing as well, I can't help but think of these characters' voices as being British. I don't know if that's me. I don't know if TJ Klune is British himself, but it just feels British to me. The characters' voices feel British to me. So I'm gonna do some more reading tomorrow, not tonight, and I will be back with another update. 2 weeks it took me to finish this book. Finished it last night, gave it 4 stars. But 2 weeks, come on. 400-page book, took me 2 weeks. Yes, I know I do have a lot going on with getting prepared for my holiday, but still, a bit ridiculous. So like I did say, last night, finished reading it, gave it 4 stars. A really, really beautiful book. Okay, I say I give it 4 stars, yet I do have some little, are they really nitpicky? Well, I do have some tiny little issues with it. I thought the love interest between Linus and Arthur was a bit predictable, but I think maybe because it was kind of-ish in a way spoiled for me, or maybe just some of the reviews I read, I just kind of figured, oh, okay, it's a love story between them two as well. And me saying that, I might be spoiling that for you as well. I mean, I'm sure you would have heard of it. I'm sure a lot of you would have read it by now, so you would know that there is a bit of a love story, a bit of a romance happening as well. But what I wasn't expecting towards the end of the book was that there was a romance with another adult character in here. That was a really, really lovely surprise. I really enjoyed that. That was actually, it took me by surprise. I was like, oh, it's so cute, because I just wasn't expecting it, and it was really lovely. Another kind of little issue I had was that it was a little bit repetitive in the, I guess you could say, the moral of the story, which is, like, to sum it up short, because I'm still trying to get my thoughts about it, it would be, don't judge a book by its cover, and people are more than what they appear to be. Don't let judgment or your prejudice affect the way you see someone. That was kind of repetitive a little bit. It was kind of overdone. Like, it just kind of got, I kind of got a little bit bored of that message, especially in like the middle part, but then towards the end, like my enjoyment of that kind of fluctuated a little bit between that, or with that moral, like my enjoyment of it fluctuated a little bit between, oh yeah, it was really good, and you have said it enough times, please say something else kind of thing. But no, it was still so flippin' good. And also there's like a bit of a theme of corporate jobs and how soul-sucking they can be, and learning to let things go, learning to live. And life is not all about your job. You have to learn to live. And I think these kids and Linus really helped each other. It was really beautiful. You know, it really, really was. Anything else I have to say? If I do have anything else to say, it will be in my wrap-up, but those were my thoughts. I really, really enjoyed it. It took far too long for me to read, but still really thoroughly enjoyed it. I do want to read more of TJ Klune's books. He's got a bit of a backlist. I know there's like a series of like a gay werewolf shapeshifter, I think it is. And I think that one is a series, like I think I just said. But yeah, he does have a bit of a backlist. He does have new release books I would like to check out. So really, really enjoyed this. Definitely worth the hype. So yeah, on to the next book. Hi, long time no see. It's been busy. It's been busy. I haven't even read that much. I think the last time I updated you was when I finished The House in the Cerulean Sea. Now I've started reading Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. It is about an orc by the name of Viv. She was an orc. She does all these typical fantasy quests where she like defeats beasts and like stops bad people and stuff like that. She's had enough. She's at an age now where her back is getting sore. her body is telling her she needs to rest, so she decides to open up a little cafe and just take it easy for her retirement. I'm loving this book so far. It's really, really good. Taking me a little while to read just because of everything that's been going on. It's going to settle down now. My parents are on their way to Italy. They left yesterday, and I will be joining them in 5 weeks. So I have 5 weeks to myself, and I'm hoping to get a lot of reading done in that time. So cozy. There's like a little side plot, like a little side plot. There's kind of like, there's this, oh, for goodness sake, what am I trying to say? I'm loving getting to see how Viv built her cafe from the ground up. It talks about her history with coffee and how she discovered it, and the people that the friends that she's making along the way, what with her hiring someone to help her build a cafe, getting another employee to help her with the coffee orders, and Thimble is the most precious little thing ever, the most precious character ever. Just adorable, absolutely adorable. There is also this like little side plot that feels a little serious. I think if memory serves me correctly, because it's been a long time, it's only been a few days, but from what I remember, I think they had said that they were like a neighborhood watch, but they kind of feel like a mafia to me. So there's that kind of like serious little side plot going along, and it's a very interesting, it's really intriguing me and keeping my interest. The chapters are a good length. The writing is really good. The characters I'm really, really enjoying. It's so good. I'm really enjoying these cozy books. It's going really good. I don't have too many thoughts because I feel like with cozy fantasy books, or with cozy books in general, there's just not really much to talk about. It's just all vibes and all feels. And it's a bit more character than plot. Like the plot with cozy books is a little bit on the lighter side, which I don't mind, but I feel like there's not really much to talk about when it comes to cozy books, or all books of a cozy vibe or a cozy nature. Now that things have settled down a little bit, especially with my parents and just helping them get prepared for them taking off on our family holiday, they just needed a bit of help with that, which I was fine to do, because that way I knew like mentally how to do it for myself as well. I've still got enough time. Like I said, I do have 5 weeks. I do have a majority of stuff. All of the paperwork has been done. It's just packing. It's pretty much just packing, which I've already started doing. I'm going to slowly chip away at that. I don't have too many thoughts to say. It's just a bit of a catch-up game now with all the YouTubery stuff and content planning I have to do. It's a bit of a catch up now. It's Wednesday now, and on Friday I wanted to go out and have a pamper day where I get my legs waxed, I get my hair done. I'm not going to bother with that until it actually gets close to the time where I go on the holiday. So Thursday and Friday. Well, Thursday I got a lot of busy stuff to do. I got videos to film and edit and plan and prep and whatnot. And then Friday is going to be nothing. I'm going to be chill on Friday, and I'm looking forward to it because I'm hoping to get a lot of reading done in that time. I should probably update you now. I have finished Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I finished it a few days ago, but I finished the book around the time that I was the next day. It was going to be the weekend, and after doing 2 9-hour shifts on the weekend, I was just not in the mood to want to put my face in front of a camera. I was tired. I was not looking good. I have finished it. It is a really, really good book. I gave it 4 stars, and I like how the first 2 cozy books that I started reading for this reading vlog happened to be queer. and happened to have gay love interests, which I'm not complaining about. It's really, really good. Remember how I was talking to you about how there was this kind of almost like mafia crime boss kind of subplot thing going along? That turned out differently than I expected. And it was a nice, pleasant surprise. It still left it hanging in the air that, hey, this could still happen. The characters worked so well together. There was also like another little side plot that kept things interesting, that kept things moving. Slow burn romance as well. Like the characters that we meet slowly start to realize, hey, I'm starting to feel feelings for this person or for this character, for this other character in the book. Thimble is the most precious little munchkin ever. He is adorable. Oh my gosh. I've pre-ordered Bone Dust and something around the, what is it called? I know I pre-ordered the prequel Bookshops and Bone Dust, and it actually does, like Legends and Lattes actually does give you a little bit of hints, like a little Easter egg into Viv and how she said that she loves reading books, and I think that's what we're going to see in the prequel. Book 2 done. Nearly the end of September. Can you believe it? I've only read 2 books, but it's been hectic. On to the next book. Okay, next book. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine by Gail Honeyman. I've decided to DNF this. Nothing wrong with the writing. I actually enjoy the writing. Eleanor is fine for me. Like I actually like her character. It's not an interest of mine right now. I don't know if I will ever pick it up. If you don't know what it's about, Eleanor Oliphant leads a simple life. She wears the same clothes to work every day, eats the same meal deal for lunch every day, and buys the same 2 bottles of vodka to drink every weekend. Eleanor Oliphant is happy. Nothing is missing from her carefully timetabled existence except sometimes everything. I'm at the 77-page mark. Normally, I like to try and get to page 100 before I make up my mind up on whether or not I want to continue on with it, and I don't think I want to. This is going in the unhaul pile. Like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with the writing. I don't see anything wrong with Eleanor. Like, I actually think it's good to see someone that does have... I'm pretty sure I read somewhere it's Asperger's. And for me, I did not feel like that was written negatively. I haven't read too many books that have a character that does have Asperger's. It feels like it's written good. Like, I don't hate Eleanor. You can clearly tell she's gone through something terrible in her childhood, and I do think the more you read the book and the further you get into the book, that you will see what happened to her throughout the book as she is healing throughout the book, if that makes any sense at all. It's just I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. When it comes to books I don't want to read, I usually find spoilers, especially if I know if I've already made up my mind. Sometimes I try to power through it and then it's easier for me once I get past a certain point. With this one, I don't think I can. It's not what I want to read. Going bye-bye, unfortunately, so bookmark out. That's it for this one. On to the next book. And hello, in the same position again. The next book I read was Spy Family Volume 1, and it has captured my heart already. I've only read the first volume because I'm reading it on a different app that with a membership I can read each chapter for free. I can buy the volumes, but they're like around $10. It's a bit more expensive to buy it through there than through iBooks, which is where I usually read a majority of my ebooks. Like, I found a website that tells me what chapters are in volume 1, how many chapters are in volume 2, yada yada, and I'm just going by that. So with the membership, it's called Shonen Jump. If you want to check it out for yourself, it does have a lot of popular books. Viz Media, nothing else. Like Attack on Titan is not on there because that's Kodansha. If you want Viz Media, you'll have to go to Shonen Jump because it has One Piece, it has Jujutsu Kaisen. What else does it have? It has a lot of the popular, like anything to do with Viz Media, except for Komi Can't Communicate, which is a manga I really want to read as well, because I feel like it'd be hard-hitting for me. That one's not on there, which is a little sad, but I do have it on the Apple Books, which is fine. I can pay for it on there. Spy Family is the most adorable freaking shit I have read in a long time. It follows Twilight. He is a spy. His mission is to infiltrate the school to stop this bad guy, but the school requires a family. He needs a family to get into the school to stop this bad guy from disturbing the peace within the nations, and he needs a wife and a daughter. He adopts a daughter, Anya. She is a telepath. She can read people's minds, and then they need a mother, and her name is Yor, and she is an assassin. And I forgot that she was an assassin. So when I saw Yor, I think that's her name, Yor, when I saw her murdering people, I was like, oh shit, I forgot she was an assassin. It's good. It's so good. You know, there was this meme I found on Instagram, and it was like a Spy Family anime meme, and it was like Anya, Twilight, and Yor sitting just looking around, just seeing what's happening. And if you know the meme, you know what I'm talking about. And Anya was saying people are trash, and Twilight's like, where did you get that from? But the meme was like from anime, because there's a lot of shitty people in anime. The actual scene is people are trash. Where did you get that from? And oh my god, that happened in volume 1, and I was like, oh my god, that happened. I'm enjoying it so far. I only read 1 volume. I'm definitely looking forward to finishing it. I'm looking forward to jumping back into the world. I'm in my manga era now. I'm in my manga era and I'm living for it. And that's how my reading's going so far. I am hoping to actually finish Spy Family, because manga does not take me long to read. 2, 3, how many volumes are there in Spy Family? 11 volumes. So I'm looking to get through those 11 volumes and just to finish them off, because reading the manga through Shonen Jump, like the chapters are 25 pages long. I can easily breeze through that. Don't jinx myself, touch wood, like fingers crossed, don't jinx myself, but I'm hoping it'll happen. So I will see you when I have finished Spy Family. It is Friday the 1st of September now, and it is time for me to wrap up this cozy reading vlog, or reading vlog where I read a whole bunch of cozy books. I got up to, like, I did not get to finish Spy Family, which is completely fine, but I read up to volume 7. There's 11 volumes, so I have 4 left, and you know, I actually really enjoyed this series. I don't have too many thoughts. Like, it's cute, it's fluffy, it's cozy. I'm sorry, but Twilight and Yor, they have crushes on each other. You can't tell me not. And they almost kissed in one scene. It's just Yor's hand on Twilight's body. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So yeah, it almost happened. It almost happened. I was so rooting for it to happen, but no, we were close. We were so close. What else can I say about it, other than the fact that I just really love this series? And this case that Twilight is on is a very difficult one. There's always some sort of, I don't want to say issue, but there's always something that is getting in the way of the success of this mission that he is on, this long haul mission that he is on. We do get introduced to new characters in the volumes. I tell you, some of those characters have issues. And it also talks about how the agency, the spy agency that Twilight is in, that they are so understaffed that Twilight will often have to pick up extra smaller missions just because they are so understaffed. And it talks about how the West and the East have like tensions, like there's some sort of history there about it that I don't know if we will ever know, but there is some history between the East and the West, and it's all about like espionage. There's political talk. So yes, it is cozy. Well, I feel like it's cozy. It's a light-hearted, good fun time. There are still stakes involved, like medium, like mid-level stakes. involved in this series, just with the way that this world is run, the way that the world is going in this series, and I love it. I really, really do. One thing though I will say, is it a negative? Not really, but the way that I'm reading this series, I'm reading it on an app that for a small fee, a small monthly fee, I get to read the chapters for free. The volumes I do have to pay for, but the chapters I do get for free, and any new chapter you will also get for free. With that, I'm loving it, don't get me wrong, because the chapters are short, I can breeze through it no problem. The problem though, which it doesn't really bother me that much, but when it comes to like putting all those chapters and figuring out where, like, what volumes those chapters are in, I found a website and I have it all written down and everything like that, so I know which chapters are in which volumes. But for me to try and memorize and tell you what happened in what volume, it's a little difficult, because I'm just pretty much breezing through it until I actually get into the app where I have all of the volumes and all of the chapters in that volume written down. I just pretty much breeze through it and I don't know where one volume has started and another one has ended. I think it's just going to take some getting used to. I think I'm going to have to pay a little bit more attention to that. Like maybe, I don't know, I'll figure it out. But I do consider this one a success, with the exception of Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine, and I have not thought about that book once. Overall, it was a very big success. I do feel I'm starting to realize that I do like the cozy books as well. I do like books that are pretty much just following characters. Like, I think also there's always going to be some sort of conflict in any book that you read, whether it be a high fantasy or a book with like really complex plot, or just a character-based story, a character-driven story. There's always going to be some sort of stakes or some sort of climax involved, but usually those stakes will be a little bit lower. Whenever I say steak, I think of a steak. If there is any other cozy books that you can recommend for me, please, 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 please let me know, because I do want to get into it a little bit more. I've really enjoyed my time on this reading vlog. Thank you very much again for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know, have you read any of these books and what did you think of them? And like I said, any recommendations, please leave it in the comments down below. I would really like to read them and check them out. And I will see you in another video. Bye for now.